Are you a forgotten middle child? Today, we're not gonna lie.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of NGL People, where we talk about things in life that matter. I'm Zeleny.
I'm Natasha.
And today we're going to talk about birth order. We all down here in this couch have siblings, right? And today we've got two guys here who have different pecking order in the family, and they're going to share how growing up has been. Why don't you guys introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Silas. I am the second of three boys.
Wow. So are you the forgotten middle child?
They still remember me lah.
That's nice.
Never drive off without you.
I think they still remember me.
I'm CJ. I am the fourth of four children.
Are y'all familiar with like birth order stereotypes? And do y'all think you
Roughly
fit
lah.
the
Okay, so we
stereotype?
say like middle child is usually
Forgotten,
Neglected,
quite independent lah,
independent.
because nobody will play with you.
So they say, oh, first kid is like, first time parents, then they like bring them to swimming class, enrichment class, like, everything, soothe them to sleep, all that, right? Then the second child is like, you practically raise yourself since birth.
I'm self-parented. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. There were definitely moments where I felt like overlooked, and like the loser of the family. I think the most memorable one, because it's quite literally etched into like a film.
Immortalized.
Immortalized.
Wow.
That's a very good word. Yeah. Basically, my dad got my mom a camcorder. For you kids who don't know, camcorder is
They actually
Video
don't
lah,
know.
video.
like that one. Now
Game
take
video.
video, take like that one. Last
Oh,
time
like,
hold that,
okay.
So one of the videos that she took was one morning before I was going for like nursery, I think. Then my younger brother 1 year below, right, don't need to go school. So I was playing with like some keys. Then like my mom was taking the video of it. Then my little brother like thought it was very funny. So he snatched the thing from me. Then he started dangling. Then he started like laugh. So I started crying.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
Yeah, it's like you
this grave injustice is
rude,
committed
yeah.
against me.
never ask you for permission.
Exactly, right? Exactly. So like to me, it's like he had violated everything that my parents
And
thought.
and your mother saw it. So
On the camera.
then you
Immortalized.
expected her to
So I was like, bro, like you definitely saw this because you are pointing the camera at us. So I was like,
Come.
crying. Then after that, I said, Mommy, later you cane him, okay? Because of this grave injustice, right? And then my mom was like, okay. Then she penned the camera away, go and talk to my older brother. Okay, the point I'm making in this story, as ridiculous as it sounds, is that there were moments where the formal authority in my life did not protect me.
So she didn't cane you in it.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. You can still hear the key dangling, the key jangling.
So your brother continued to you never
then
got
you
the
can
keys
hear
back.
like later mommy can you okay? Then I can hear the shh.
Two on your brother's hand.
Probably. But yeah, my point being that being overlooked meant like you self-soothe lah. Like you tell yourself that justice will prevail. the formal authorities will wake up the idea.
So how do you like get over it?
I think it shifted like growing up really lah. Like when I think once I understood or realized that I was getting the short end of the stick so much, I tried to fight back in different ways. So like thankfully unfortunately I was given like formal authority when I was like upper primary. I became a prefect.
Ooh. And your brother and you same school.
Yeah, younger brother and I same school. So same like session. So like we all like very aware of each
Wow,
other's,
it's your time to fight
activities.
back.
Yeah, so I know this guy at home is a manners. So I know in school common pull out a show and common acting. So I'll like go on my way to investigate his
You can aim like his class the level and see.
No lah, but actually a lot of I was prefect, so they give prefect notebook. Those like small like
book?
555, those small
Okay.
notebook.
If I
Yeah.
notebook,
Like tiny though,
There's
like
one very
really
small. It's like
tiny.
can
very
put in the
small.
pocket.
Yeah, shirt pocket.
Put in your shirt
Yeah,
pocket,
yeah,
then you
yeah.
put the pen there, you walk around with
It's
like a
stupid
light
tie.
blue one.
You are
then
like,
you see
wow.
that-
Then you
Then
like
you
blue
bottom.
notebook
Like
name.
policeman.
Yeah,
blank.
once you see that, you're like, wow, you got power.
Yeah. So this particular notebook, I remember very distinctly. On the front page, you open up on the inner cover, there's a list of offences that you can record people committing. So like things like littering, stealing,
How many
all
point?
that. No point lah, just the number
just write
code.
the-
and then
Severity,
the-
yeah.
Ah, okay.
Then the last one is number 9 is disrespectful to prefect. So I remember the notebook when you can start recording, you can put the person's name, class, then The offense code.
the
offense
number.
code. Corresponding offense code.
1, 2, 3,
The
4, 5, 6,
999.
7, 8, 9.
So my one, wow, really the one number, one name throughout the entire book.
Your whole book is his
Yeah.
name.
Just 9.
My younger brother's name. Yeah. So actually the notebook you can collect like over the like you can record over the year. Then I thought that someone will collect, the teacher will collect
From you, right?
from you
And
at the
do
year,
something
then,
about it. lah.
summon the heck out of this fellow or like destroy him with whatever
Do
means.
your brother see you recording?
Yeah,
Then
so
he's
I will
scared.
like actively like
Show it to him.
that, like, hey, I don't
Wait,
think you
so at home when he
at home when
disrespect
when he disrespect me, then I'll take out that like you want me right? Yeah, then he like at the start he damn scared. At the start he like okay lah, okay. That's why
Don't lah, don't lah.
At first like
Don't
got
lah.
cry all.
Go,
like,
don't lah,
okay lah. I stop. Then after that I think he wised up to the fact that actually
There's
nobody
no
will give a
power in this.
yeah, at the end of the year, I also realized the notebook, like, no one asked for it.
Wow, this is
But
You
so-
enjoyed it while it lasts, lah, huh?
Yeah, then
The whole
after
year
once he
lah.
wised up to the
What?
fact, then power gone already.
Oh.
Then the power dynamic, like, shifted
Change
back.
back. Wow.
So, I mean, to answer a very long
Uh-huh.
way of answering your question, it's like, there are little ways that I try to, like, correct this imbalance over the years, lah. Personality is like, you don't, like, if you don't hold grudges, then it helps.
So you become very chill. Like being
Yeah, I learned
do,
to-
do you think being a middle child made you a bit more like
yes.
chilled out?
Yeah. Like, you just learn that, not everything is so serious or so egregious.
Wait, but when you were younger, you never feel like this is damn
Like, very
unfair.
bouncy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
You never make noise, man.
Do you try to fight your
Cry ah.
younger brother?
Cry ah.
Right, and then you lost lah.
No, as in try and snatch back, but he's like strong lah, because we're 1 year apart.
Yeah.
And like he used to bite. I think this is a TMI really, but he used to bite.
So like,
So it's
avoid the
like-
biting. lah.
Yeah, and like biting legit hurts.
not
lah.
fair,
I
it's
really
not fair.
don't
Yeah, it's
know,
not
like, if
fair,
all have
man.
not
You
fair
cannot
experience.
bite eh.
Bite is
You cannot
like,
play fair.
you know, like in like wrestling, like you
Yeah.
wrestle, right? Officially, the
It's a foul,
biting
right? You
is
cannot.
one of
There
the
are few
worst
things you don't
things
do
you
in
can
the fight.
It's like unsportsmanlike.
All the 3-year-olds watching this, remember you
Yeah.
cannot
Don't
bite.
bite.
ah. Yeah. CJ, you are supposedly the pampered youngest child, right?
I'm the biter.
Yeah,
right?
the biter.
But I think growing up, I do recall being very. I don't like use pamper lah. Very blessed lah. Very
Yeah,
blessed.
pamper say
Pamper
pamper
lah.
lah.
Yeah. So
Privileged
I
lah.
mean, growing up, my mom had to, sit by the table, and then because my siblings age gap are like just 2 ma, in between them, from my brother to my sister, it's just 4 years apart. So then my mom had to really like sit with a cane by the table and like make sure they do their work in primary school. And so while that was happening, I was a little boy just running around. So you imagine a few years later, now I'm the kid, right? But the very stark difference is my mom only attempted to like cane me once. And I was still then shielded like by my then helper. Like, yeah, like she
Got
stood in front of me.
external help.
I remember the scene was
like UN.
yeah,
the UN coming.
the UN stepped in. I was in the toilet.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was in the toilet. Then my mom was about cane me. Then like my helper ran in and like stood in the middle. And like, no mom, no cane. Yeah, that kind of moment. And then from there, like she put down the rod and then she's like, I cane your koko姐姐, I tired. Like I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to cane you. And actually from there, as a primary school kid, I really was spared the rod. And
You never got caned
I
before.
never got. That was the closest I got caned.
It's cancelable.
Yeah, that was the closest I got caned. So I do understand. Being the youngest, I think there was a bit of like sheer energy dynamics. Like my mother, like shag out, like
Check out.
Oh,
tired,
yeah.
walao, like I
Raise
still
3
need to-
monkeys already.
yeah,
last
I
one,
still need
never
to
mind.
beat you. Yeah. So and then in
She
some
mellowed
sense,
out also lah,
She
probably.
mellowed out maybe, and she maybe realized that after 3 kids, beat don't beat maybe turn out the same. I don't know. Maybe there was some realization. Then like, okay, we try 3 beat, we try 1 don't beat. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. Yes. Yeah. Then as I grow older, I think there were also very clear signs of this pamperedness / blessedness lah. Yeah. So when I was in like poly, uni, right, my siblings were working already. Then I had like $450 a month. Then I like, mommy, I want $500 a month. Then she looked at me with the like, okay. Then like, so she delivered the $500 a month. But then she every month asked me to go and thank my sister. Cause she took like 30 from like sister, like 大姐, and she took $20 from sister B. It's like my 二姐.
So your
like,
mother
every
asked your
month,
siblings
yeah, they
to
had
give
to
you money.
give additional like 30 and like $20
Whoa.
to sort the money for me. So I know that it's the youngest thing because the reverse would have never made sense.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never heard siblings giving their like non-working siblings money like every month, like allowance.
Yeah. In
That's
some
different.
sense, yeah.
Wow.
Wait, the math doesn't add up. Like, you never get cane,
Okay.
then you still get $50 extra
Yeah.
to your allowance.
Uh-huh.
So got
Born
nothing.
in different times.
There's
Cannot
no
process
bad
it.
thing that
The
has
middle
happened
child
to you.
trauma cannot.
Oh, interesting.
Suffering from success. No, yeah. Yeah, so
You should spank him now.
Everybody got kid.
that was in my like poly uni days.
Mm.
Then now growing up,
Wow.
I mean, because I still stay with my parents,
Mm.
yeah, right. And my mom is retired, so like honestly, there are junctures. Maybe because I'm the youngest, or maybe I'm staying at home. There are household chores that really just slip by me, and like she settles. So like I'm quite messy a person, but like every day I come home, my room is tidy. Yeah, cause like my mom will help to like tidy that up lah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't get adopted.
I don't think they will take me.
Yeah. So a bit of that lah.
You younger than him, you can be
Yeah,
the new
yeah,
youngest
yeah.
child.
You could be the new youngest
Give
child.
you
This
pocket
will
money.
change my entire life.
Maybe I'll bite you. I bite you.
You buy him.
I
now.
bite you. You bite me.
So in some sense, I think the dynamic as the youngest really like never changed. Even at,
Even
like,
now lah.
even at 30, like family trips, right? I am really there for vibe only. I just like, okay, where are we going?
Don't know?
Okay, let's go. Yeah, then like my brother is the one,
eh.
oh, 酒店, hotel book,
That's
where
true.
what are we gonna see, airline ticket. Yeah, so like just recently, my mom came to me and like we having some trip in December. My mom came to me and she said, hey, can you respond to your call's message or not? Can you like just acknowledge his plan? And I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, thanks, bro. Sounds good. Yeah, but I barely even saw what was booked. I just like, that sounds good. I'm going.
All
And-
expenses paid for.
No. So at this age,
Wow.
but
Okay,
I think the pamper end as the youngest one, I think sometimes like the food that kind, my mom closed quite a bit of eye lah. Like when she paid for the family.
Yeah.
Then forget it.
So that's how do you feel listening to?
As in,
Serious
I'm
story.
very clear that the youngest always just bring vibe only. That's their job. Legit.
The vibe bringer.
Yeah, that's their job.
Wow.
Oldest will plan. It's like middle child will execute. Then youngest is just like,
I'm here for
jangan
that."
lah, stupid kid.
I'm the key fob guy.
Yeah, vibes are vibes.
So has your family's dynamic continued into adulthood?
It's gotten better in the sense that like I don't feel so overlooked. Maybe it's like character growth. No lah, but I think there have been examples like in my adult life where I felt like, hey, again, why am I so loser? But this example was when I was in uni. So like adult like of sorts. My older brother had just gotten a girlfriend, or rather, this was the hard launch to the family.
Okay, hard launch.
Yeah, so quite official, right? So like a big deal. Parents like them excited. First girl to ever step foot into the house. At that point in time, my mom wanted to celebrate with a dinner outside in Orchard. I stay in far east of Singapore. This is material to the story, trust me. I stay in the far east side of Singapore, so it takes about 1 hour to get to Orchard by train. Anyway, our car, family car at that point in time could only seat 5 people. So father, mother, older brother, girlfriend, plus 1, me, younger brother. Count the number of fingers I have lifted up.
Okay.
But I only got 5.
Squeeze
Squeeze You tell my mother. Anyway, so basically the story is she came up to me on the day and then she was like, hey, like your brother's girlfriend will be joining us. And we want to go together to the dinner because it'll be nice for us to send her. And I was like, yeah, that sounds nice. I'm totally behind
Haven't
that.
do the math yet.
I'm
Yeah.
on board.
Yeah, I'm on board with the idea theoretically. And then she was like, yeah, but the car like no space, right? 6 of us. And car only can fit 5. I'm like, yeah, the arithmetic.
The math works out.
I do
Five do
not
not equal six.
I do not have an issue with this up to now. Then she was like, yeah, someone cannot sit in the car. No, it's
Just
like,
facilitating.
I was like,
Someone.
yeah, I was like,
Oh, the girlfriend lah.
yeah.
The girlfriend.
A bit hard. Unless we squeeze. But then after that, then she was like, yeah, you wanna take the MRT? You okay taking the MRT? And I was like, oh, okay lor. Like, someone has to do it, right?
Oh, no.
So I was like, okay. There was something on the train. Then I was standing there. Paya Lebar around there lah. And I'm like, actually, why do you have to be me? like, why me? Like, why was I like? I'm very curious to know if I was the first person she asked, or if somebody said no. Maybe she asked my younger brother.
Do you know? You don't know.
No.
Till this day.
No
I don't
idea.
know. Maybe you are. If they're watching, they can answer. But I would like to think I was the only one who said yes. But I really think first one lah. Legit.
Do you think she came to you because there's a higher chance that you will say yes?
You were very agreeable.
Like she know you
Yeah,
enough.
Maybe your
actually,
younger
that's-
brother
so
would
that's just
like
quite a
push
good point.
back easy.
Yeah, that's quite a good point. Like I'm sure she knew her sons well enough
Yeah
to
lor.
know
Yeah.
who would be the most agreeable.
You're the
Or
angel
the most
child.
loser lah.
Nah, agreeable.
I don't think she think you
I
lose.
think agreeable is a very, very nice way of
Peace-seeking.
putting it. Yeah, peace seeking. MRT is seeking also. MRT is sitting.
MRT sitting job.
Actually, I extend it. So like growing up, like there were small examples here and there, but then like I think you reach a certain point in time, like your personality has like been fairly molded.
Yeah.
Like you're like, okay lah, I know I'm the agreeable type. Like if it's within my means, if it's okay, I can do it. Now I'll just sometimes it's okay to just get the shorter end of the stick lah.
Yeah, I was just thinking like, do you consciously have like a threshold in your mind?
Now
What's
yes.
what does that look like?
Now I won't take MRT lor.
What do you
You
mean?
fight off.
I will demand like, or I would like to know like what were your considerations in.
Will you really ask your parents?
Yeah, I mean,
that?
like why am
Oh.
I number one? Am I the first choice? If so, why? And then like, why couldn't you ask?
So do you have this kind of
the-
conversations? Not yet.
As in,
You prepare in your
didn't
head?
Yeah lah, in my head.
Okay,
happens
okay.
here.
Is this
Really?
Not yet tested.
I'm like, I'm so ready to confront this.
Later test rate still okay. I think.
No, she said like, no,
Can I
she
please
said
have
Please. Just make sure it's enough this time.
$25.
It's not top up my easily.
Yeah, so what if you really are the first choice? It's like she said, oh yeah, I asked you first. Because I know you will say
I think
yes.
there are like other examples in which like she has asked me and I know I'm the first choice, but obviously not so extreme lah. Like an example is like when it comes to birthdays, the past couple of birthdays for my brothers, I'm the guy picking up the cake. But then I realized, then my birthday, who pick up the cake? Then for 1-2
So no
years,
cake.
it's like me lah. I pick up my own cake lor. Wait, as in, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that principally.
As in, okay, yeah,
I've
yeah.
never picked up my
Do you
own
know
cake.
whether she asked them to pick up?
Then they not free.
I don't think she got us. Okay, lah. Also, cause like they're not, they don't stay with us anymore.
Oh.
So like
Yeah.
another big thing that contributes to my parents who keep asking me to do things is cause I live with them.
Yeah lah.
So like
Oh,
all
yeah,
the things is
yeah,
like, wow,
makes sense.
Wi-Fi broken, call silence. I need to carry the big thing from down from like don't know how you keep up there, don't know for how long on the storeroom, then you take down.
Silence.
Then I'm like working or in a meeting, then he'll come in, they're like, are you free?
That's our
Like-
question. I feel like you are the not just a peacemaker, but you are really a very reliable person in the family.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe like they just will always come to you, lor.
Let's go with that. Let's go with
Yeah,
that.
right, okay, try-
Let's
we
go.
need to rewrite your narrative,
change
okay?
the what would you label?
Forgotten middle
I forgot
child to the responsible,
reliable man.
self-parented, self-made man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I like that.
Wow.
Like startup entrepreneur.
Forbes 100.
Self-made.
We are going nowhere with it.
I would like to thank my family for raising me this
Just
way.
went off track. No, it's me.
You raised yourself.
I raised
What are you
myself.
talking about this
I would like to
entire
thank
time?
myself.
There's some self-actualization moment like,
Oh my goodness.
I can do it.
This is the healing that I was talking about,
Yeah.
the redemption.
This is the redemption arc.
Yeah. Yeah, but as you mentioned, I realized it's true that it's a tested and proven thing. And because maybe for me as the youngest, I've not been very tested, very proven. Then like my brother stays opposite us. So sometimes I come over, then he's like settling something for my mom. Then I'm like,
Wait, you live in the house and they don't
you
ask you for
can
help?
ask me. There was once my uncle came over even. Then I was like,
It's like rock bottom of the list for people to
like
call.
ma, 我在家. I wasn't tested lah.
She want you to clean your room first.
Maybe we start there. Maybe we
Yeah,
start
I
there.
think you start with that first.
Yeah, maybe yeah. So I look at you, I like it's possibly true that there's a like the middle child. I mean, you know, you were tested and proven. Then
So
I was
interesting,
kind
yeah.
of given quite a bit lah.
Parents are like evidence based, like creatures.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
true though.
They're very
It's
evidence
true.
based.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Who can handle it? Then they will ask.
Would you say that actually, you know, like the phrase, as a parent, like you love all your children equally, but you treat them differently. Everyone like,
My dad has said that to
equally."
me before. It's
Huh,
like,
like what?
you
What
cannot ask me, like, if you ask me whether I love you all equally, I will say yes.
No, but
Love-
do you
love
really
me.
feel like
I don't think they ever
love
love me less.
Ah,
I don't think I ever
okay.
felt that way.
Yeah.
I just feel like sometimes maybe they just, like, I think overlook is a very good way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like because you
Mm.
are so, or you assume that I will be okay with it.
Mm.
Yeah, that
So
you
they
just
never
like,
thought that you needed to be attended to in that moment, is it?
yeah, I guess in that moment. In
Yeah,
those
since
moments.
like
yes.
nursery, he self-soothe.
Yeah.
Is it really, ma? Because if
Yeah.
you're at that age,
Yeah.
you already can self-soothe. You're the
Self-made
easy kid
man
lah.
That's your realization after everything, right?
Okay, so like I'm the older sis, right? So I don't know whether you guys have it, maybe not, but like so the eldest kid, right, will always need to be like the responsible one. Then I don't know why there's this unfair and unspoken expectation, right? That like I am responsible for like everything that my sister does. I think my brother then, okay, my mother give chance because 9 years
Yeah.
apart, right? But like she expect me to like, you know, make sure that my sister like doesn't fall down or get hurt.
Fall down also your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, then she'll be like, hey, why you never see? That kind. Then like, I
You're
saw,
like
but
the
how I
parent,
reach
ah.
her?
What's
Yeah.
the age gap again?
2 years.
That's not
So
very
we
big.
play-
what.
we play
What can
together.
you possibly do? Like
Yeah,
carry her
exactly.
around.
Catch her.
Have you ever felt like your parents were easier on your younger brother?
I got my first phone, I think, like primary 6 or sec 1. I fought like hell to get it, you know.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
First
and then
child.
like,
First child.
first child.
Yeah.
Walao, like really thank everything. Then after that, my sister just opened her mouth. Just I got phone, can I also have?
At the
Then
same
she
time.
she got it when she was like, sec 1, she was primary 5. Then she got hers at primary 6. Like then my parents tried to appease me by saying, oh, but she took your phone, not new one.
Oh, hand me down.
Yeah, but it's not fair.
I don't want to fight you.
So she didn't have to fight. She just opened her
Yeah,
mouth
yeah,
and
yeah.
asked.
Mm.
Wow.
Then
Your
Sure.
youngest brother?
Oh, bro, like he got his own laptop at like primary 4, primary
whoa.
5. Yeah.
For like e-learning or what?
But I think also because my parents more like maybe financially they earn a bit more already. Last time it's like everything
That's
must
the thing.
like
The youngest
share.
kid gets the richest parents.
Yeah.
That's such a good point
True.
actually.
That's fair.
You got the richest siblings also.
Yeah. I mean, I also got richer
My
siblings.
brother didn't have to save for his like first like phone. Yeah, my mom said if you want anything, right, you go and save up yourself.
Mm.
Then my sister, my brother, like I want this one, I want that one. Oh, okay. Like, wow, then I was, oh my
Hot,
god.
right? Inside hot.
I got my handphone at P4.
Mm.
But my younger brother got when I got lah. I knew I had
Yeah
to
lah,
wait. I was
it's not
told
a
that I had
need
to
lah.
wait. But then my younger brother didn't have
Didn't
to
wait.
wait.
Then he angry.
So not as angry as you lah. I'm still angry. lah.
Yeah, in that moment, yeah, you like eldest
Yeah,
daughter,
yeah, it's like-
anger
Justice.
come out
I
very
was like, I
strong.
want to sit there also.
Yeah, so like we talk about how we experience like the different aspects of our birth order, right, when we are older. I think what I'm curious about, right, is for CJ, right, like you talk about how you come from a position where you're very privileged and all that. Like, do you feel like that's something that like to me, right, I'm like, wow, actually I would want to milk it, man, as a youngest child, you know, like get things, just live in that privilege. Yeah, but do you see yourself like moving past from that?
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I think as I start to, after the formative years, and you realize that a lot of things that you required was given, and it's within fair demand lah. In my world lah, maybe if I share to Silas, he's like, that's not fair, but like in my world, when I asked, it was in like, there was a good reason why I wanted these things, and they give it to me. Then in some sense, after which I think my formative years, I have to start to consider what it means like relationally with other people. Cause like at home, this is my dynamic. But I cannot go out and like, hey, Silas, I need this.
Yeah.
Give this to
Like
me.
rub it
right?
in
your
face.
when your friendships
then
or in
just-
work,
Yeah,
at work,
and that doesn't happen lah. So I think then, I don't think it's a steep learning curve or anything, but you start to have to like, oh, okay, I don't just take like in the friendships, I don't just, what's
Expect
there
people
for me.
to accommodate.
Yeah, I learn to also like, okay, how can I then meet your need?
How do you learn that?
Yeah.
By realizing that not everything comes like that. I think maybe at the start, I don't know. If my first few friends watch this episode, maybe they might have something
you're still
to
the
chime
spoiled
in.
brat.
Yeah, you're still the spoiled brat.
Is it?
And I think when you hear life experiences, like I think when you hear Silas' life experiences and you hear mine is different. So when I start to hear these life experiences when I'm making a friend, I realize that my life is not the norm. Then
Yeah.
I realize that there is right? I mean, his might not be the general norm also,
Yeah.
right? There is a sense of normalcy somewhere. And then for me to make sense that, okay, in terms of the giving aspect or the taking aspect, I'm more blessed, right? Compared to the normalcy. Okay, so I think I had to learn it through like friendships and yeah, that kind of juncture. Then I had to learn, okay, this is what friendship and like giving and taking looks like healthily. Because at home, not that I'm
You
a
never-
crybaby, but it's quite like, you're the youngest.
Yeah, you never really
How can we
needed-
help you, right? How can we?
Actually, you're not bratty lah.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
given to you.
It's just given,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's why I say the things I ask are quite like fair measured. Like even till now, like
Yeah.
I'm still not very expected to pay
Not
as the
entitled
youngest.
lah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
family dinners, but now we try to split because we're all working.
Yeah.
But I was the latest to start working, right? Because everyone started working. So very normal, like, Titi, don't worry, this bill, right? Me and who will settle. And it's very normal when you grow up like that. You go into family meals, you start to like sit there. Yeah. So then on my end now, I try to give back lah. Like I see my mom and my sister fighting for bill. I try to go and fight for bill. But then I reach home, my
That's
mother
nice.
transferred me the money. Right?
Oh,
Then I like,
wow.
then what was the whole point of this?
I think but I think it's nice that you didn't
Playing
see,
game, ah.
yeah, I
Playing
mean
game,
it's
right?
not that you became entitled and
Yeah.
expected
Yeah,
this
yeah.
outside of, your family. But
Yeah.
even in your family, right, you try to do the same as well. Like you see how your older siblings try to provide, then I guess they were that role model for you to also do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I'm very curious. As the youngest child, right?
Mm.
I mean, just now we were saying as the youngest child, you get the richest parents. But actually, as the youngest child, you get the oldest parents.
Yes.
Yeah, so
It's
a lot
true.
of your milestones, like when you get married, actually your parents are like the oldest
Correct.
as compared to when your
Mm.
siblings get married.
Yeah.
And I suppose you have to navigate things also like your parents' health,
Yes.
Like
your
taking
younger
care of
age.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
how is that like?
I think funny stories at home. Last time they got those plate. Then they got the printed photo one. So there's a printed photo of my whole family without me in United States. Because
nice.
I was a baby.
Oh,
So
you missed out on
every
the
time my mother look at
experiences.
it, right, she'll like,
Where you?
she'll tell me, she like, hey, save money or what, 2 years later, let's go to the States. And they are really quite old, right? Then I
Oh.
like, man, I have to make it happen in the next
Yeah.
1-2 years, else it
Too
might
old
never
already.
in
It might
that
never
manner.
happen.
lah.
You just
Yeah.
edit a photo with AI and get it printed.
Yeah, but I wasn't there. They can
Well,
tell.
just get it printed
they
on
can
the
They
plate.
want to go with you.
They want to go with me. So
Okay.
they can remember, well, Grand Canyon ran nice, everything. Then I was just at home, grandpa taking care of me. Right? That kind of
Yeah.
thing.
You were born already.
I was born already.
Just left it.
They just like,
The forgotten child.
wow, bring a
Yeah.
1-year-old baby go there for what? Then
Yeah.
like, mafan lah. Then
That's true,
they
yeah.
just left lah. Yeah. So, I mean, then circling back to Nata's question, is true. Like, I think in terms of my family, I had to, cause when I was in primary school, my dad had like liver cancer. Then like sitting at the table, I had to realize what that looks like.
Yeah.
So we were all just sitting at the table. I remember like my dad really like being what they call playing the man lah. He just eat very quietly. Then he like, oh, tomorrow I'm going for the surgery already. Then like, hey, y'all don't like bully mommy. That kind of little pep talk lah. Then like, wow, the first tear come down, you see my mom shed a tear. Then I see my sibling shed a tear. Then I also be like, I was just a gong kid lah, primary school. Then like, but you kind of know it was a sad like juncture and had to make sense of that. Then and it's true that I don't get the I mean in some sense like my brother's kids are 8 years old. They really will grow. They are now growing up with grandparents.
Yeah, lor.
I don't know. You give me for my kid to be 8, that might be 10 years later.
Yeah.
And by then it is a
It look very different.
It's a very different story as its
yeah.
whole lah. Yeah. So I would say it is not all roses lah. Yeah. I really see them age very quickly. Like at my age, they are retirees. I guess the blessing in disguise for this was I couldn't be full-blown bratty lah. Yeah, I am the fun girl to the nephew and niece, but I also very realistically dealing with aging parents at this age to know that, yeah, like my dad's turning 70, that kind of thing.
Actually, very similar to my sister. Because my mom gave birth to my sister at 39. Yeah. So like,
It's quite old.
I mean, we already have like a nephew and a niece. And then because both my brother and I got married and moved out, right? So my sis is the only kid left living with my parents. So actually, I think she witnesses my parents aging a lot more in real time than my brother and I do. So to be very honest, because I don't see my parents like every single day, right? I think my memory of them is a bit stuck in the
It's like
past.
sporadic updates when you see them, then
Or
you
like
feel
my
it.
impression of their energy level, my impression of like what they're like. And my parents are quite young at heart, so they feel quite energetic. Like my mother will like text me over WhatsApp and talk nonsense, that kind of thing. So like my memory of them energy wise is stuck in maybe like when I first started work or when I was in uni, you know. But that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Then only when we meet or sometimes I go out with my sister, then she'll tell me like, oh, that day like mommy did this. Now at home they both talk very loud. The house is very noisy because daddy cannot hear. That kind of thing. So like these are things that actually I think only in some sense my sister became the only child in this phase of her life because we moved out and we are both like busy with like our own families, right? Then she kind of took on a larger load of the like taking care of parents.
But I'm the middle child, but
You're doing the
play
You're
a
that
role.
kid
So your older brother moved out, right? Then
Yeah.
your younger brother is
No, he's working overseas.
Actually then for you like because growing up feeling like overlooked, then suddenly
Ish,
now
yeah.
like all the attention is on you, right?
It's a strange
Yeah.
transition that I'm still getting used to.
Mm.
Like there's suddenly a lot of attention on you. Like
how?
suddenly they be like, how's work? And I'm like, huh?
All their conversation
short
quota is
circuit.
used on
Yeah,
you.
but like I like
How
it's
do
very,
I explain
I
work
do
to you?
appreciate it. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you learn to appreciate it because it's
Yeah.
like you're putting an effort
Yeah.
to like,
Correct.
like relate to me. And I don't think they feel like they're making up or compensating for anything. But I don't think there's
It just
anything
happened
to-
that because you are there.
circumstantially,
So,
yeah. I mean, I guess that's what we're all kind of saying. Like, it's not just like your birth order that determines so many of these things. It's like circumstances,
Yeah.
like your personality,
Mm.
like how you handle like conflict or discomfort.
Yeah. So I was like, for you, right, growing up and all, you were sort of like in the middle, like peacemaker kind of thing, right? So did that overflow into the way you handle friendships or, tensions and all that?
Yeah, definitely. I think I definitely was predisposed to like being more agreeable in like friendships. Then I think like what CJ mentioned just now, like your dynamic at home shouldn't be projected onto like friendships, relationships outside lah. Like how I relate to my brothers at home, I realized very quickly that I cannot do the same with friends out there because like the dynamic is entirely different. Like the power play is like almost non-existent, right? Like you just playing lah. And you don't have to like treat someone as if like they are like your rival for a resource.
But do you continue to self-soothe like outside? Like and like the whole idea of like your needs, you maybe you gotta look out for yourself a bit more.
Yeah, I definitely
that
still
came
do
out, is it?
Yeah. I still do that today. Yeah. You're just being like actively aware of like what you are predisposed or conditioned to, then you just adjust. Yeah.
They say like one of the middle child stereotypes is that you tend to be a mediator because like when the two kids, the older and the younger kid fight, you're kind of the one that's like in between, helping to navigate their dynamic.
Yeah, it's quite, I think I found that quite true. I mean, like my younger brother because of his personality and my older brother because of his birthright.
So they fight.
Yeah, then there's like that tension. Then the middle guy is just like, I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, now you're watching show.
Yeah.
Last time were you uncomfortable with the tension?
Got lah. Then you just try and like try and help them like find some sort of middle ground. Well, I think it's just like you just want everyone to get along. Yeah, I just want to go back to playing together. Yeah, so it's just stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, but actually I feel like hearing CJ's story, right? I do think that, I mean, it's quite clear that you were very loved at home, but I like how it actually, like it's not that you turned out to be a brat. You know, I feel like there was quite a mature way of like looking at your own experiences, maybe looking at what your peers went through at home and recognizing that actually you are in a very privileged position, which I feel helped you to cultivate some gratitude beyond just like, oh, I just like take things easily in life and hope for things to be handed to me on a platter. I do appreciate the fact that you responded to your family's love with gratitude and I mean that in some sense is a way that you broke from the youngest child stereotype. I guess that stereotype of like you're just spoiled, you're just pampered. It's not necessarily true if as a person you do take time to appreciate the things that you were given in life.
Yeah. Silas, how about you? Like, do you feel that as you grow older, you learn to also break out of and not be contained by the associations with middle child?
Yeah. I mean, definitely for sure. I think the first step for me was to just accept that this is just the way things are circumstantially.
Mm.
And then also to like not blame anybody. Like, it's not your parents' fault. It's also not your brother's fault because like they are also dealing with whatever is handed to them.
Yeah, lah.
Right?
It's true. It's true.
The set of circumstances that they're
Yeah.
handed, right?
Mm.
And we're all just like trying to live with each other the best way we think we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously sometimes you will like mess up and that's fine. Like I've messed up like so many times also as the middle child. I'm definitely not benevolent, definitely not a self-made man. We all mess up, right? And does that mean I think my parents love me any less? No lah. Right? I don't think I was loved differently, but I don't think I was loved less.
Yeah.
And I will very, very readily accept that and admit that. So mom is fine. I'm fine. And my brother,
Which
I
one?
forgive you.
Which one? Which one?
Both lah.
Both. Ah.
No lah. I mean, it's obvious that they love me also, right? And there is everyone's just trying to love each other the best way they can in the positions that they are in. I think for me personally, it was also once I accepted that, it was then also making sure that I didn't let my birth order box me in, or those stereotypes box me in, right? When those stereotypes were presented to me, they were like, oh yeah, interesting. Like I do respond to certain situations in this way because I was brought up that way, because I was born in that order. But other than that, I don't think that you should use it in the other way, right? Where you use that to determine how you behave. Use that to check or to trace back certain ways in which you were raised and you were conditioned, and so that you can like do the very helpful process of like attributing behaviors to lah. Like you can explain certain behaviors and then you can correct them where needed.
Yeah.
But like I think it's quite unhealthy to go the other way lah, because I'm a middle child, therefore I will behave this way. Therefore I will always be insecure. Not necessarily true.
Yeah.
Right?
Or to put a definition on like your parents' love.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Like that label of like you are overlooked. The implication of that is that nobody cares for you. I mean, in its most extreme form. It's not true, right? And you obviously can change that. And I think it's just a matter of acceptance of, yep, those were the cards I was dealt with, but there are things that I'm in control of and can change. And then you respond accordingly. Yeah. And that was my personal process that I would like to share with people. So like CJ would definitely agree lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it's helpful to recognize as adults what are our instinctive behaviors and to dig a bit deeper into that. And I feel this topic of birth order is quite interesting because like, I don't know, at least on my TikTok FYP, there's a lot of those kind of like, eldest daughter have a lot of trauma, and like, you know, that there's this general narrative that eldest daughters generally are like very independent, used to taking care of everybody, not used to being taken care of, so don't ask for help easily, don't receive help very easily, things like that. And I do think to a certain degree, birth orders and your upbringing will explain the instinctive behavior that you have, but as to whether you want to remain in that instinct, I think it's a choice that all of us can make. And it's not just birth order, there are a lot of things that produce in us certain like knee-jerk reactions and instinctive behaviors, but growth as an adult is deciding whether or not you will remain in that set of behaviors or move past it.
Yep.
Yeah, you know where your starting point is.
Yeah.
Then you can decide how you want to move on from there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel with parents also, there's room to consider that parents love their different children differently, even though the love is equal in some sense, you know? Like, and it's not to say that they do it perfectly, but I put myself in the shoes of parents, right? It's like if I have a child who generally doesn't take to harsh discipline very, very well, versus I have a child who is very agreeable, versus I have a child who, I don't know, is very, very sensitive. Actually, the way that you would parent each of these children and like express your love would probably be quite different, and wisely so.
Yeah, and
I
that
don't
is love
think-
actually, to see
It's that
to meet your kid at
customization,
where
right?
Yeah.
Correct.
he or she is.
Yeah, but of course parents are not perfect, and I think there will be times where they get it wrong. But to me, I feel like as an adult, how I see it also is that you start to see your parents also as human and like people navigating the process of parenthood that no one really teaches you to engage with, right? No one teaches you how to break up a fight between three boys, so you just do it
you just have to
the way
react
you
on
know
the spot,
how lah.
Yeah.
how creative
he's
you
still
are,
here.
right?
You probably didn't make it easy for them too.
Yeah.
Last time I always like thought to myself, if I have like more than 2 sons, I think I would cry. Yeah, but cry only.
Get over it.
But yeah, also I feel like when we consider things like how actually love can be expressed differently, even though the quality of love
Yeah.
is still the same, and
Yeah.
like it gives us more room to go beyond the this is not fair, this is how I was treated differently from my sibling, but to maybe see things from a slightly more layered point of view also lah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think one thing I really like about CJ and Silas sharing is that I think at the end of it, even though family is a very big part of I guess it shapes how we think or what we're motivated by, but I think it's about also allowing other kinds of environments to shape and mold us also. Yeah, so if in friendships you see, actually there's a different way to to express your needs, but also to meet other people's needs. Yeah, so it's not just contained and boxed into like your family situation. I think in our 20s, right, that's where we can really discover, actually there really can be a different way to live.
Yeah.
Even though it's like we have lived in a certain sort of way for the longest of time that we know how lah. Yeah, and I think like that's how we grow and we learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess whether you're firstborn, secondborn, lastborn, only child, there's always that room lah to learn from others. Yeah. And I guess also to give ourselves grace as well to unlearn certain things, because it will take quite a while.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, as we come to the end of the episode, I do feel like the stories presented here will not fully encapsulate everybody's
for sure.
experiences. I think for all of us, while we have our own experiences, I do think we haven't really experienced a perhaps more toxic, manipulative form of relationship. And there's room to consider that for some of the listeners, you may really come from families where the children are pitted against each other in a very competitive way. It really may have left quite a lot of like hurt or baggage even lah. And I think this is not supposed to represent everybody's experiences, but if you find yourself in quite a complicated place as a young adult thinking about your upbringing, then I think there are also many ways in which we can find help lah to bring some clarity to our mental space as we think on our childhood experiences. And these are all platforms that we can choose to take on to also make sense of these experiences, so we're not just like always like left in the baggage that our childhood has left in us lah.
Yeah. So with that, thank you for coming on the show to talk about your childhood, not trauma, but stories,
Experiences.
arcs.
Yeah.
Yes, and for those of us who watch this episode, if you like this content or you feel like your friend who's going through something similar would really like what we shared, please send them this video, give us a like, share, subscribe to our channel where we have more episodes like this. You can also find us on social media. We are ngl.people at TikTok and on Instagram. And you can also find us on Telegram where we post about updates of our upcoming in-person gatherings as well. Yeah, and just be part of our community that we are building. So with that, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.